So, you found the perfect grant. The mission aligns, the funding amount is beautiful. You click apply, and then you see it. Please submit your audited financial statements for the past fiscal year, including a balance sheet, profit and loss statement, and IRS Form 990. Don't panic, I've got you. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time to Exousia's Grant Talk. I'm Danny Arthur, and we're here to help churches and faith-based organizations get the funding that they deserve. Today, we are talking about the financial documents that grant funders ask for most, what they are, why they ask for them, and what to do if you don't have everything they're requesting. Because here's the truth. A lot of churches are doing incredible work in their communities, but losing grant opportunities simply because their financial paperwork isn't in order. We're going to fix that today, so grab a pen and let's go. Let's first of all start by defining important terms. What exactly are the documents? First up, the balance sheet. Think of the balance sheet as a snapshot, a photograph of your organization's financial health on one specific day, usually the last day of your fiscal year. It answers three critical questions. What do you own? These are your assets, cash in the bank, equipment, property, investments. What do you owe? These are your liabilities, loans, unpaid bills, credit card balances. What's left over? That's your net assets, sometimes called equity or fund balance. The formula is simple. Assets minus liabilities equals net assets. Funders look at this to see if your organization is financially stable or in trouble. If your liabilities are bigger than your assets, that's a red flag for a grant funder. They want to know their investment is going to a healthy organization. Look at yourself as a good return on their investment. Next, they frequently ask for the profit and loss statement, or the P&L. You'll also hear it called income statement or statement of activities, if you want the fancy nonprofit version of the name. Where the balance sheet is a photograph, the P&L is a movie. It covers an entire period, usually your fiscal year, and shows what came in, donations, tithes, offerings, program fees, grants, and fundraising events. And it shows what went out: salaries, rent, utilities, ministry expenses, outreach costs. The difference: did you end the year with more than you started, the same, or less? Funders love the P&L because it tells the story of how you actually operate. They're asking, does this organization manage money well? Do they bring in enough to cover their work? Now, here's where it gets interesting. Some funders will ask for just the most recent fiscal year. However, I've applied for a grant where they ask for up to 3 years. Why? Because 1 year could be a fluke. 3 years shows a pattern. It tells funders whether your finances are growing, stable, or declining, and they want to know the trend, not just the moment. So if you only have 1 year of clean records, that's okay. Start now, but get in the habit of getting your books organized every year moving forward. Now, if you are not a church, or if you're a faith-based nonprofit that files taxes, we need to talk about the Form 990. The 990 is the annual information return that most 501c3 organizations file with the IRS. It's basically your public financial report card. And the good news? It's a public record. Anyone can look it up on sites like ProPublica's Nonprofit Explorer or GuideStar. Grant funders love the 990 because it's a verified, standardized document. It includes revenue, expenses, program description, officer compensation, and government's info all in one place. Now, churches are actually exempt from filing the 990 under federal law. So if you are purely a church, you may not have one, and that's completely legal and normal. But, and this is important, If your church has a separate nonprofit arm, a foundation, or a community development corporation, that entity likely does need to file a 990, and funders will ask for it. When in doubt, check with your accountant or a nonprofit attorney about whether your specific organization is required to file. Okay, the difference between audited and unaudited. This is often where a lot of churches get nervous. A funder asks for an audited financial statement, and suddenly it feels like the walls are closing in. Let's break down what audited actually means and the full range of options you might have. There are actually 4 levels of financial statement scrutiny. Let's go over them. First, there's the internal or unaudited statements. These are most likely prepared by your own bookkeeper, secretary, treasurer, or finance team. There's no outside verification. It's totally fine for smaller grants or even internal use, but some funders won't accept these alone, especially when you start pursuing the larger grant dollar amounts. Secondly, there are compiled statements. A CPA puts your numbers into proper format, but does not verify them. It's more polished than a do-it-yourself, but the accountant isn't vouching for accuracy. I highly recommend this on an ongoing basis if you want to pursue larger grants. Then there's the third level. It's the reviewed statements. A CPA performs limited procedures, analytical checks, inquiries, and provides limited assurance that nothing looks materially wrong. A step up certainly from a compiled, but still not a full audit. Now, audited statements, this is the gold standard. An independent CPA firm thoroughly examines your financial records, tests transactions, confirms balances, and issues an official opinion that your statements fairly represent your financial position. However, audits are fairly expensive, often ranging from $5,000 to $20,000 or more, depending on the size of your organization. However, larger grants, those grants exceeding $250,000 and upward of $1 million and over, will frequently require them. So what happens if your books aren't audited? Here's what I want you to hear. Not having an audit does not make you a bad organization. Many wonderful, effective churches and nonprofits have never had an audit, especially smaller ones. All right, you don't have audited statements. Here's your game plan. Step 1, just get your books in order. Before you can even think about having an audit, you need clean, accurate books. If your records are a mess, transactions are in a shoebox, years of bank statements have never been reconciled, that comes first. Hire a bookkeeper. Use QuickBooks, FreshBooks, or even a solid Excel system. Many community organizations offer free or low-cost bookkeeping support to nonprofits and churches. Look for local nonprofit resource centers or your regional council on foundations. Step 2, get a review instead of an audit. If a funder will accept reviewed statements, and many will, a review is significantly less expensive than a full audit and can often be completed faster. Call a local CPA who works with nonprofits and ask about pricing for a review. Step 3, be transparent in your application. If a funder prefers audited but will consider other documentation, write a clear, honest note in your application. Something like, as a small congregation, we do not currently undergo annual audits. We are providing our internally prepared financial statements for the past 2 fiscal years and are committed to pursuing a financial review by and provide a date. Funders appreciate honesty. They don't appreciate discovering a gap you tried to hide. Step 4, budget for an audit going forward. If you're serious about pursuing larger grants, especially government funding, an annual audit is an investment, not just an expense. Talk to your board about budgeting for it. Some organizations will even allow you to include audit cost as an allowable expense, And some funders offer capacity building grants specifically to help organizations get their financial infrastructure in shape. Step 5. Apply for grants that match your current capacity. Not every grant requires audited financials. Smaller community foundations, local business grants, denominational grants, and many faith-based funders work with organizations at various stages of financial maturity. Start there. Build your track record. Grow into the larger grant requirements. Let's bring it all together now. Here's what grant funders are typically asking for and what you need to know about each. The balance sheet. It's a snapshot of assets, liabilities, net assets as of the fiscal year end. They want to see financial stability, healthy reserves, not drowning in debt. The profit and loss statement, or the statement of activities. This is your income versus your expenses over the fiscal year. They want to see responsible management, diverse revenue, mission-aligned spending. How many years? Usually 1, sometimes 2 to 3. So start keeping annual records now so you have history to show. Audited? Depends on the funder and the grant size. Under $25,000, most likely unaudited is just fine. $25,000 to $100,000, you could be getting into the place where a compilation or a review is often requested. Over $100,000, an audit is almost always required. The IRS Form 990, it is required for 501c3 nonprofit organizations, not churches, but yes for nonprofit arms. They're publicly available, so keep yours accurate and current. Listen, I know financial documents can feel overwhelming, especially when your heart is focused on ministry, community, and mission. But here's the thing. Getting your financial house in order isn't about impressing funders. It's about honoring the resources that God has entrusted to your organization and positioning yourself to do even more good for the kingdom. Funders aren't your enemies. They're partners looking for organizations they can trust with their investment. When your financial documents are clean, organized, and ready, you walk into every grant application with confidence. So start today. Pull your last fiscal year's records, call a bookkeeper, connect with a CPA who knows nonprofits, and get ready because the right grant is out there waiting for you. So, from a messy stack of financial records to a clean folder, you've got this. I'll see you later.